Good morning, my crafty friends. My name is Mary and welcome to my channel, Cut, Glue, Relax. I was practicing with my Cricut Joy. My girlfriend Rosalia gave me hers because she had other Cricuts that were bigger, and hers she just used for traveling back and forth to class. But she gave me hers, which I'm ever so grateful for, and a whole big stack of multicolored cardstock. So I made this one for myself. I see other people have them on their channels. They're really pretty pink and purple, and it looks like it's made out of some type of a plastic. Mine's just cardstock, and I was again just practicing. But I'll put that up there. But the reason why I am coming on to film something is because I am going to pack up a package to Crafty Butterfly Ferris. She has, I think it's a drawing that's due on April 24th, and it's an ATC, preferably with Maggie Holmes paper, and 3 embellishment of bows, bag toppers, or rosettes, and a video. So I've never made rosettes, but I took 3 of my best rosettes and put them together, and I'm going to put them in the box. They're going to go in the bottom. I did a pretty good job. I need to practice more on them. One of the problems that I found is that the scoreboard I was using, the scoreboard didn't line up with the millimeters or the inches. So it was really hard to get them. I finally went for my big scoreboard, and I have a smaller one that I use for making envelopes. And so I pulled that one out, and I was able to get a little bit better folds with that one. I think I did these 2 on the smaller one, and I did this one and like 4 others. They're fun. They take up a lot of time trying to get the folds pretty enough and waiting for all the glue to dry, but I really like them. I'm definitely going to continue practicing to make more of them. Then this was the actual thing I decided on giving, was these bows. You know what, I'm going to lift the camera up a little bit, if you don't mind. There we go. Because I think I'm hitting it every time I reach my arm up on the desk. Okay, there you go. And these are the 3 bows that I made. I used my Cricut Joy, and I'm really happy with the way they came out. She said embellished, and they seemed kind of plain, even though I tried to use some pretty digital paper. And so I glued some rhinestones on, jemmies as the crafting world calls them. I like rhinestones. And I think they came out kind of cute. This one's my favorite. I was going to put some rhinestones in the center, and I should have taken this one and put it here, and then there's the pink ones on the outside, and I picked the pink to match the flower. And this paper had the lighter color pink, so I put it on there. And this one had a mixture of the blue and the pink, so it got a mixture of both, the clear and the dark pink. And then I was trying to make a flower, so I made a flower, and I'm going to put that in the box too. I'm really trying to work with the Cricut Joy. It's one of the problems I have to work around is that the Cricut Joy is, because it's smaller, a lot of the projects have like things added in, like scoring and folding of the fabric or materials, and I don't know how to remove those layers, but I'm working on it, and I will get it. I will be able to conquer it. So the last thing that's in there is my ATC, and it's Maggie Holmes. This is the paper from Maggie Holmes. It was, I can't remember the name of the book. I think I got it on the officesupply.com in the January when they're having a big sale. And I have this die set that I got off of Temu, which has the camera and the strip of film. And the reason why I got the strip of film is because there's an artist that paints in that, and I've been following her for a long time. I can't remember her exact handle, but she does amazing miniature work. And then this was also I used the die to cut this out, and I put the die on top of one of the actual cameras. And I think it came up pretty cute, and I've got my information on the back. I put on some of my, this is a little bit of coffee paper here, and I cut the rest of it off because I used too big of a card. But I used some of this 1930s hymnal. I love that paper. And then I put a little thing with my information in it. And I was really happy with the way my ATC came out. And I'm going to stick this back in. And I'm just going to pack it all up. Oh, I also made a little card for Crafty Butterfly Ferris. Again, I was practicing with my Cricut Joy, and I made this card. And I really like it. This is some old heather craft paper that I got at AC Moore back in the 90s. This is some of my old scrapbooking fabric that I had when I first was married to my husband. I did scrapbooking. I did the creative memory parties. I think I had one a month. I loved creative memory stuff, and I pulled out some of it. And there's the other piece of it. And then somehow the envelope that I made for it, I was using gum Arabic. Where is it? This stuff. This gum Arabic. And when you're in, when you paint, it's the stuff that when you're done painting, hold on, I have a little avalanche going on here. When you're done painting, in order to keep your brush nicely formed, like this is a filbert brush, and I haven't used it yet, but you see how it's nicely formed? After I would have painted with it, the brush would have been like splayed, or it would have dried weird. And so what you do is you take it and you dip it in, after it's dried, you dip it into this gum Arabic solution, and then you let it dry, just the tips of the, like halfway up the brush bristles. And then you let that dry, and then you let it add, before it dries all the way, you form them the way they're supposed to be, and that makes sure that your brush is going to work properly. But yeah, that's what the brush Arabic or the gum Arabic does. So I've had that for a while, and I made the envelope, and this is just that gum Arabic drying, and I lined it. I used some nice floral paper, and I put that same floral on the inside of the card so that it would match. And I'm not going to fill out the card. I'm going to send it to Ferris. Let me try to do this without damaging it. I'm going to send this to Ferris like this. And the gum Arabic, I don't know if anybody knew, it's the stuff that's on envelopes already. So when you lick it, you're licking gum Arabic. It's just a non-toxic adhesive that dries. So this will work the same way as a regular envelope. You just lick it or moisten it, and it'll seal. But that's it to go in my box. I hope that it ends up being what Crafty Butterfly Ferris was looking for. And I want to thank you for joining me this morning. Take care of yourselves. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.